I don't know all their names, and I don't know, and they don't really care. Okay, so again, we have certain ones, and little by little, people will have their own experience to figure it out. So when they want something to know or whatever, have fun figuring it out. So yes, asking the question is fine, but when it comes to that, yeah. So there were experiences, as I was talking to Eric many times, to where I was in there with him, and then this was there with him, and this real guide that Rebazar introduced to help him was there also, and it referred to this, and I said, okay, again, Rebazar handles this, and just like years ago when he came in, Rebazar said, "Here, you take care of her." She handed her over to me, and then that's where she had that experience where we were standing on a tall building, and I wanted to see if she took the leap, and she did. So again, and it takes a while, etc., and it's all okay. So as we just have fun doing this, but yeah, it would be fun if you answer that question for him, because I've talked to Eric a lot, and he needs help from others too because he's new at this. And so it's good that he contacted you. That's cool. Thank you. As time goes on, things become what they do, whatever it is. Just like a tree, you don't know if it's going to grow straight or sideways or this way or that way. It's however things come out to be. So that's fine. It's really all the same thing. We just started off certain ways in the beginning because the idea was that the more focused and sincere people were in particular groups, and eventually, it's all come into this. So, yeah, just because we wanted to focus on certain ideas, and so it's come to this to where, almost everybody has a better understanding of things to contribute, and it's very, very important. And just like in Jeremy's experiences or anybody's, we're constantly confronting this world and other places, and that's what it's about. It's not about our personal life. We do what we do here, but all life is about itself. That's the focus. And what is all life doing? Well, it's sharing itself with everybody so everybody can wake up, and that's the idea. So the personal life we have here is a start, but eventually it becomes nothing because we become like what all life is, where we're sharing with each other, and it's ongoing, and it's a lot better. And there are no governments and no restrictions, but you got to take the risk to get through the personal life, and little by little let it go and have more fun being aware. We are awareness. Yeah, we aren't the body, we aren't the mind, we aren't the emotions, we aren't the memory, we're none of this stuff. So this is where all the old stuff is just created stuff, and people hang on to these things and relationships and whatever, and ideas and places and possessions and what have you. And yes, we have gone through that, but we don't need that anymore. But little by little, we let it go, little at a time, because we need to see the difference between as we become more aware. It's not a growth, it's not an unfoldment. We start to see what's taking place. You see? What I suggest to everyone, it's not so much about Ava and I. We're here doing whatever. Share pictures of Rebazar. Yeah, and us, whatever. But I just focus on what all life is. I just focus on the isness. That's it. That's all I see as it sees. That's the best part, because I'm just the experiencer. That's all. We're just the experiencer. And when we get to the point where we recognize and see what life is, what it's doing, then we're a lot better off, because it's not about us. You see, in the beginning, it's always, well, I want these experiences, I want love, I want all these things. It's not about us. Yeah. That's a personal self. It's about seeing what all life is and putting it first, because then you're taken care of totally. You see, but when we're concerned about the personal self, then we always have that concern. You see, oh, gee, I want to be loved, I want to be liked, whatever. We went through these things. Now, as we become more aware, go all the way into the reality and see it and let everything else go. And guess what? You'll see that everything is fine. All life is fine. Just learn to see how it already is. That's what's so cool about the isness. And there are no gods to look to or whatever. It's just that we're with the is. And wow, that's cool. Ta-da! And becoming more aware all the time, always. Not all the time, but always. This is why I create all these images to share and want people to understand that the intuitive senses and the intuitive seeing, which is is, okay, that's a start. Because, most people are so wrapped up in their mind. I deal with the business world, and boy, it is just hard to get them to see even the littlest tiny bit, just like in Jeremy's experience. The Callum God doesn't want to be anything but literal. That's it. Okay, I'm the God, that's it. Everybody else shut up and do what I say. That's the whole idea. It's all literal, okay? It's not even intuitive. Yeah. And so when people start to take the first step to be intuitive, then eventually they gain insight to recognize a real awareness and a real purpose with all life and to see what life is. But that's a big step, but a little at a time. So that's why I'm using the intuitive senses and seeing to give people a chance to see if they will, recognize that they do have an intuition. Duh. And that's your dream visions. That's your intuition opening. That's the opening right there. That's what your dreams are. But what has society told us? Oh no, your dreams are fake. There's nothing there, etc. Even Harold says, don't share your dreams or whatever. Well, they're not dreams. Yeah. They're intuitive opening. The idea here is that we are all farmers, and what we create, if it's an idea or whatever it is that we want to do, it's like farming. We plant the seeds, that's the idea, and then we start to do it. And for me, I'm dealing with the world governments, so they see what I'm trying to do for the world, and they're constantly trying to stop me. So again, this is what's happening in this experience. And the uncles are the real guides. They're relatives, okay? The real uncles, the you see? And so this is the fun part. And I get this too. And there are those that are trying to stop me. But now, in the last couple of years, there are those that in the government agencies that are trying to help me. So this is what's going on. So, but that's what it is. It is the ideas that he's creating to want to grow and flourish. There are always those that are bored and they want to come in and destroy. And they're a bunch of pigs. And in Germany, they call them Schweins. Bad people, they call them Schweins. And those are pigs. Yeah. Yeah, Schweins. Oh, you Schwein. You see it in the German movies. You Schwein. Yeah, they're calling that's a pig. Schwein is a pig.
Schwein.
It's a bad person. It's a bad person. Yeah, so you got bad pigs on the property, and the real guys are helping to get rid of them because they're little stinkers, because they're trying to ruin the crops. They're trying to ruin the ideas that he's creating. Yeah. If you have an idea and you share it with someone and they say, oh, no, that's not a good idea. That's stupid. You don't want to do that. See, they're trying to ruin it. See, those are the Schweins.